Myself, and at this milestone age, I've learned that clinging to people, expectations, habits, how things were, or even my view of how things should be, only lead to suffering. And in Sanskrit, we call that dukkha. As yogis, we learn that to eliminate dukkha, we have to accept that things are always going to be in change, in flux, and transformation, this idea of impermanence. Our bodies themselves are constantly in motion. Our blood is in motion. Our breath is flowing. And that's a constant reminder of how things just flow. Um, Being comfortable with that idea also helps us lead towards santosha, contentment. Just being able to accept things as they change and as they flow. In fact, this is an important message, not just for me as I shift into this different decade, or how you call it, like next 50 years. But for all of us as a global community and what we're dealing with right now, right? To be able to just know that this, what we're dealing right now, is just temporary, right? Can we just be more in the moment of what we have at this moment and just know that there will be an end? And that end will help lead us towards Santosha. So let's go ahead and start lying down on our backs, please, towards the very back of your mat, and just make sure one of your blocks is handy. So once you come lying down onto your back, decide to either bend the knees or extend the legs forward. And as you close your eyes, just take your attention inside of yourself. Draw your breath deep and down into the soft tissues of your belly. Begin to start laying that foundation of impermanence simply by witnessing your ever evolving breath. And as you set the foundation and set the tone of your breath, we'll glide together into this flow of evolution and transformation, letting go of expectations and fears that keep us from growing within the changes. And instead, we'll reach towards Santosha. As you're lying there, maybe place your left hand onto your chest or even both hands flat upon your chest. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Go ahead now and hug both knees in close to your chest, Avanasana. Feel free to rock a little right to left, side to side. Just massaging out your lower back. Our practice today will move into the hips. We'll do a lot of mobility, so kind of a practice that I am fond of doing. So to begin here, go ahead and set your left foot flat. Place your right ankle over your left thigh. Before we go to reclined pigeon, drop your legs over to the left, right foot flat, keeping the ankle and that left leg connected. You can maybe use your left hand to press your right thigh away from you. And if you're not quite feeling enough, you can always hike this shape up a little closer towards your left arm. Go ahead now and take this number 4 shape to the center, and then now recline pigeon. So thread your right arm right in between your legs to grab the back of your left leg. We're all familiar with this, so know that you're pulling your left leg towards you, using your right arm maybe to press your right knee away from you. Now, as you're doing so you can keep the back side of the pelvis evenly grounded against your mat. Relax a bit through your shoulders, take away any tensions to your face. Now from here, keep the number 4 shape, but release your arms. Take your block, and then you'll place your block right in between your left heel and your left hamstrings. So you're going to just kind of wedge it there to hold, right? So you're contracting. Yeah, once you're set here, yeah, all right, everyone, Zoom looks good. Go ahead and just rest your upper body and let your arms rest alongside your body as well. And then simply tap your left foot down towards the mat. And then bring that shape up. Feel like your thigh is pushing up against your right ankle. And when you tap down, use your right ankle to press down against the left thigh to tap the left toes, and then bring it back up. And then just back and forth here as you continue to squeeze the block between your heel and the hamstrings. So now you're finding co-contraction in your left hamstrings. But then you're not forgetting that your right outer knee is pushing forward away from your chest so that you're still getting external rotation in your right hip. My Facebook people, if you haven't already, go ahead and turn on your music. In the Spotify playlist, I've named it 50th Corona Nation. All right, go ahead and now keep the legs the same, but lift that left foot off the mat. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows out wide, and use an exhale to lift your shoulders and head off the mat. From here, curl your lower half of the body up towards your chest for 3, 2, 1. This time, hold it. Keep the curl. And now curl your upper body for 3, 2, 1. Hold that. So curl everything in. So you can lift the bottom tips of your shoulder blades off the mat. So you can lift the tailbone higher off the mat. Keep squeezing the block between your heel and the hamstrings. Your right outer knee moving away from your right side of the chest for another 3, 2, release, and 1. Take the block to the side, unravel the legs, hug them in, rock a little right to left. And then right away, left ankle over your right thigh. Drop your left foot to the side. Again, option, maybe press your left leg away from you. Not enough, just take the shape a little higher. Then go ahead and come in through center. Come into your reclined pigeon pose. This time it's that left arm that threads it in between your legs to grab the right leg. And as you're here, that you're pulling your right leg towards you. You're pressing your left leg away from you. Then I advise you to keep your feet flexed and active to help stabilize your knees. As you release your arms, keep this shape and we'll grab that block. Again, wedge the block between your heel and your hamstrings. And then once it's set in there, squeeze in tightly. Maybe even point your right toes if you need to. Let the arms rest alongside your body and then go ahead and tap your right toes down to the mat, using your left ankle to press against the thigh. And then lift that leg up as the thigh is pressing up against the ankle. And then we're just going back and forth, tapping the toes down and then bringing the legs up. Then notice here if you added anything else into the equation. Maybe you're gripping your hands. Maybe your shoulders became tight. So you can just isolate all that movement in through our legs. Again, finding co-contraction through the right leg that's holding the block. External rotation of that left hip and then pigeon pose. Now the next time your legs are lifted, we'll hold that. Take your hands behind your head, elbows out wide. Lift the shoulders, lift the head off the mat. Curl the tailbone up for 3, another 2, and 1. Keep the tailbone lifted, hold. And now go ahead and lift its shoulders and head up for 3. Curl up for 2. Curl up for 1 and hold here. And then just imagine you're in this tight little ball, squeezing the block with your right leg, pushing your left knee away from you. Can you lift the bottom tips of your shoulder blades off the mat? Maybe gaze upwards so there's less tension in your neck. Another 3, 2, and 1. Release. Set the block to the side. Hug your knees into your chest. And then just rock up to find tabletop position. Once you're set into tabletop, shoulders over the wrist creases, knees underneath the hips at hip width distance. And then just move organically, cat-cow, Hip movements, sway the head, sway the hips, you choose. Then after you've moved a few times, let's simply pause in neutral. Reach your right arm forward, sweep the arm up and back, and then turn your hands so the fingertips point towards your right knee. Reach your left arm forward, reach it up, back, and then turn the fingertips so it faces your left knee. Take your right arm and reach it back, up, and forward, point the fingertips forward. Reach your left arm back, up, and forward. Turn the fingertips forward. We'll do that once more. Reach forward, up, and back. Turn the hand, fingertips to the knee. Left arm reaches forward, up, and back, fingertips to the knee. Right arm reaches back, up, and forward, fingertips forward. Left arm reaches back, up, and forward, fingertips forward. Pause right there. Walk each hand forward, half a handprint. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. All right, move through your own down dog ritual. Pedal the legs, sway the hips, movement of the toes, stretch out the soles of your feet. Then from here, we'll inhale to lift the right leg back and up in the air. As you exhale, hug your knee in towards your chest for a core plank. Slide your shoulder heads over your wrist creases. Snuggle that right thigh close to your chest, and then circle out your right knee. Like you're drawing out circles on your mat in one direction and circle in the other direction. Go ahead and pause. Now sweep your right knee out to the right as you inhale. Exhale, sweep the left leg to the left. So like a pendulum, just simply sway the leg right, sweep it left. This time you sweep the leg to the right, hold right there, and then can you lift your left side waist a little higher? Lift your right inner knee higher. Exhale, sweep your leg to the left, hold right there. And then lower the knee and shin down to the mat on a little diagonal. You'll tuck your left knee behind the right knee and then come into this version of a child's pose. Let your chest simply rest on top of your right thigh. You can walk your arms a little further forward just to really feel that nice spaciousness through the sides of the body. Go ahead and lift your head in the gaze. Walk your hands back in if you reach them forward. Unravel your legs back into a tabletop position. From here, keep your hips still stacked over both knees as we walk our arms forward for puppy pose. Feel free to even take the hands about as wide as your mat, the corners of your mat, as you lower your forehead, the nose, the chin. Maybe too early for the chest, but feel some opening in through the upper back. Then try snapping your belly button in and up towards your back body so you're less likely to collapse into your low back. From here, we'll slide onto our bellies. So go ahead and lower your upper body and extend your legs out from underneath you. We'll take the hands out to the sides, tent out your fingertips as you box out your elbows. Coming to this intimidating cobra, thinking about dragging your rib cage forward and then up, shoulders away from the ears. And then articulate that down. So feel your low ribs touch before your chest, your chin, and your forehead do. And then just twice more like that. Just feel like you're slithering upward on the inhale and then slither forward and down as you exhale. Do that once more, keeping the legs active as well. Press the tops of the feet, let your kneecaps lift off the mat. And then exhale, we slowly lower. Slide the hands to the mat, shift it back, child's pose. Hips to the heels, maybe big toes touch or knees wide, you choose. And decide if you want to just rest the belly inside the inner legs for space, or maybe it feels better to feel supported with your chest resting on your thighs. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Once you're there, that left leg will reach up and back for a three-legged dog. Exhale, hug your knee to the chest for a core plank. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Circle out that left leg. Big circles on the mat in one direction. Swirl it the other direction. And then open the knee out to the left, again like a pendulum. Sweep it to the right as you exhale. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, so you can hold that. Notice your right sideways probably collapsed. Can you lift your right rib cage, your right waist off and away from the mat? Exhale, sweep your knee to the left, hold right there, and then lower the knee and shin down to the mat. Tuck the right knee behind the left knee, that Gomukhasana variation in a child's pose, arms reach forward, hips pull back as you just rest your leg or chest on top of your left leg. Go ahead and lift the gaze, look forward, reset back into a tabletop position, lowering the knees underneath the hips. Once again, puppy pose, extend the arms forward. Maybe this time karate chop your hands so the pinkies are onto the floor, thumbs are to the sky. Notice it creates a little rotation in through the shoulder joint that way. Then once again, we'll make our way onto the belly. So go ahead and lower your chest, extend the legs out from underneath you. From here, I want you to extend both arms forward alongside your ears. Turn the palms to face each other so the thumbs are pointing up. I'm going to keep my head lifted so you can hear me, but I want you to keep your forehead down to the mat. From here, lift both arms off the floor. And then go ahead and bring arms out wide to the side like an airplane. Then turn your hands so the palms turn upward. Your thumbs are pointing towards the very back of the room. And then as you bend your elbows, bring your arms behind the back without touching your lower back, without touching the hands. Then inhale, bring the arms back out to the sides. Turn the hands to face forward. Exhale, bring the arms alongside your ears. We'll try that again. Inhale, open the arms wide to the side. Turn the hands, palms face up. Exhale, bring the arms behind the back, bend at the elbows. Hands don't touch each other nor your low back. Inhale, open the arms wide to the side. Turn the hands to face forward. Exhale, bring the arms forward alongside your ears. Last time. Open the arms out wide to the side. Turn the hands. Exhale, bring the arms behind your back. Hold right there. Imagine you can feel this magnetic energy between your hands and your lower back. You're not touching. You're using that upper back strength. So you can even lift the tips of the elbows higher to the sky. Notice it widens your collarbones. From here now, find your hands to interlace. Go ahead and find a bound locust pose. So lift the head now as you extend the legs and then extend the arms. Exhale, release. Hands right underneath by your low ribs. Curl the toes under. Push up to plank on your inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Take a moment, settle into the shape of the dog. Hands anchoring down and forward, hips lifting up and back. Wrap your tricep in towards your ears. Feel how the widening of the shoulder blades allows space for your neck to lengthen further. Then come high into your toes. Simply walk forward to the very top of your mat. Come into a standing forward fold. Once you arrive there, keep the feet separated at sit bones distance. Reach for opposite elbows. Take a moment just to dangle over your legs. Keep a puff of air behind both knees. So their knees are bent, so you allow the torso to release more. When you release your elbows, place your hands now to your hip creases. A soft bend in the knees as we push down to come all the way up to stand. Exhale, release the arms down alongside your body as you toe heel your feet closer. Maybe softly gaze forward or close the eyes as you reconnect back to the intention you set, and then reconnecting back to that idea of impermanence. Using this flow and motion of our body to remind us that everything is always in transformation. And that transformation is always one that leads us to more growth, leads us to more contentment. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, circle the arms out and up, look up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, lengthen down to the legs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway, hands to shins or fingertips to the mat. Hands flat, you decide step, or if you're ready, hop it back, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Cobra, or if you're ready for that, upward facing dog. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades move forward, collarbones wide. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Feet are set at hip width distance. Heels behind all 5 toes that feel heavy to the mat without hyperextending through your knees. Think about the lifting of your quadriceps as your thigh bones push back in space. Knit your front ribs towards your back ribs. Engage a little bit more of the upper abdominals. Also, too, that idea of Uddiyana Bandha. Then use your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. At the bottom of your exhale, walk, step, or hop forward to your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen, collarbones wide. Exhale, fold down to your legs. Press to stand. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the arms up, look up, palms connect. Exhale, slide the hands to your heart center, Samastitihi. Again, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Palms flat, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, shine the heart forward and then up. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Fingers wide on the mat. Maybe hand placement is a little wider than your own shoulder width to feel that space into the upper back, less tension through the neck. As your shoulder blades wrap around your back body, so you can even keep the collarbone still wide in the front body. Then empty out and exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, bend at your knees. Exhale, walk, step, or hop forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fold in half, exhale. Press to stand, reach the arms, lift the gaze. Hands guide to the heart, Samastitihi. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, shoulder blades on the back, palms flat, walk, step, or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, only your hands, tops of the feet touch. Adho Mukha, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Use your next inhale to lift your right leg back and up in the air for a three-legged dog. As you exhale, hug your knee to the chest, shoulders stack over the wrists, dome out your front body. Inhale, lift your chest or leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. It's low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So as we lower the back knee, release the toes. Maybe take a moment to feel the sinking of the pelvis as you isometrically drag your left knee towards your right heel. Then start to peel the chest up, the arms up. And then lift it up enough so you can feel that the right rim of the pelvis is off of that right thigh bone. From here, bring the palms together to touch in prayer above your head. Then as you exhale, we'll bend at the elbows to tuck the heel of the hands right behind the head. Wrap your triceps inward towards your ears as you lift the elbow points away from the pelvis. And just find this nice opening through your chest. Beautiful. On your next exhale, we'll release that. Left hand comes down, revolve it, reach your right arm up. Keep the back knee down for just a moment here and think about the action of your upper body. Drive your left shoulder blade onto the back. Notice how that allows the left shoulder head itself to open up so your collarbones feel wide. From here, toe heel your right foot out wide to the side. Turn the foot out on a little diagonal as you now place your right hand to the inside of the leg. Push the leg away from you to feel a little release to your hip. But then I want you to turn your gaze over your left shoulder. Should feel now a stretch that moves into the right side of your neck. Nice. We'll look down to the mat now, and as you release your right hand down inside your right foot, step the left foot forward outside of your left hand. We'll come into prayer squat Malasana. Feel free to sit on a block if you'd like, if this is too early for you. Then press your elbows inside your inner knees, hands come together in prayer, but really work on aiming the heel of the hands down towards the mat so your wrists are more in line with your elbows. Let's lower the right ear to your right shoulder as you continue to actively push the palms in together. Then lift the head center, and then drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Let's take the head back to center, reach both arms up alongside your ears. Squeeze in through your inner thighs, press down firmly against your heels. Inhale, slowly rise up to stand. Exhale, toe heel the feet together as your hands slide down to your heart space, Samastitihi. Inhale, see the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha. Palms flat, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades move forward. Knit your ribs in, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Our left leg will lift in the air as you inhale. Tuck it in knee to nose, shoulders right over the wrists, and then step the foot forward to the top. Let's lower the back knee down. Again, take a moment just to let your pelvis drop. Feel your right knee slide towards your left heel. Notice the action of that right psoas. Now come into your Anjane. Lift the chest, lift the arms overhead. Hi, so even if you let the pelvis sink, lift the left side of the pelvis away from your left thigh bone. Once again, our palms will come together, but this time interlace, squeeze the heel of the hands, then bend the elbows. Place the fists right at the back of the head. Again, lift the elbow points upward away from the ribs of the pelvis as your front ribs hug towards your back ribs to apply some support for your spine. With your exhale, let's release that. Right hand comes down underneath the shoulder, left arm to the sky on an inhale. Revolve this low lunge. Again, feeling what's going on in through the upper body. Right shoulder blade slides on the back, so the inner shoulder rolls to outer shoulder. Now that right collarbone can extend a little further away from the left collarbone. Go ahead and toe heel your left foot out to the side diagonally. We'll place that left hand onto the leg. Nudge it away from you first, and then go ahead and look over your right shoulder. Beautiful. As you look down to the mat, left hand comes inside the foot. Step forward once again, Malasana, prayer squat. Turn the toes out, heels in. Once you're set here, this time I want you to take both arms to frame your right leg. Drop your left inner knee down to the mat as you turn and twist, maybe even look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come through center. Frame your left leg this time as you drop your right inner knee down, look over your left shoulder. Through center on the inhale, one more time each side. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn and twist left. Back to Malasana as you inhale, arms reach up overhead. Think here, you're hugging in through the midline already. Sit bone squeeze in and your thighs are active. And push down firmly against your heels. Strong and steady, we come up to stand. Exhale, toe heel the feet together as your hands guide to the heart center. Samastitihi. Pause for just a moment. Just feel the simple stance. Reconnect and commit back to the breath. Then from here, reach both arms up overhead. Then lift both heels off the mat, tiptoe it out. Zip in through the inner leg line. Pull in and up within the belly. Feel like you're really tall on your toes. Then as you start to bend the knees, imagine you're sliding your back body against a wall, coming all the way downward until we come into a toe squat. Actively squeeze into the inner thighs. Take your time. Then once you pause, arms are still overhead, but can you drop your knees in line with your hips so the thighs are parallel to the ground? Then go ahead and now start to lift the knees up towards your chest, reach the arms forward, tap the fingertips down to the floor in front of you. As you inhale, drop the knees at hip level, reach both arms back up overhead. Exhale again, reach the arms forward, lift the knees up towards your chest. This time when you drop the heels down, chair pose. Sit low into your heels, into your hips as you lift the chest up. And then notice where your gaze goes. More than likely, we kind of give up and we just look down. So you can actually lift that gaze up. With the arms, palms face, and then can you try lifting a little bit out from the pinky sides of both arms? Beautiful. Half chair as you exhale, arms feet back. With your inhale, crane, the left knee will lift up. Keep the knee in line with the hip, arms overhead. With your exhale, leaning lunge, we'll step the ball of the left foot back. Both arms will swim back, hands in line with your hips. Inhale, reach just your left arm forward, thumb to the sky. Use an exhale to lift your low belly in and up away from your right thigh. Inhale, reverse high lunge. Right hand finds the back leg. Reach your left arm up and alongside the ear, turning your left rib cage to look right. Then exhale, both hands come down. Frame your right foot. Inhale, step back to plank or one leg plank. Vinyasa if you'd like, or go back to a down dog. Nice. From here, inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, curl out and round. Inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, veer A, warrior one. Step your right foot closer to your right thumb, spin that back heel flat. Right hip steers back, left hip point moves forward and then up to the chest. Keep the warrior one legs. Exhale, lean it out once again. Punch the crown of the head forward, arms reach back. Then pivot on the ball of your back foot. Standing crane once again. Stand on that right leg, lift your left knee up. Once you're here, I want you to go ahead and start to cross your left knee over towards the right without shifting your pelvis. So keep your hip point still facing forward. Just the knees to the right, but think like you're moving your hips to the left. Now step the left foot outside your right foot so legs are crossed. Left hand will grab a hold of your right wrist. Exhale, side stretch up and over to your left. Inhale through the center, unravel the feet, hands to the heart, exhale. Beautiful. Once again, starting at the very top of the mat, reach the arms overhead, then lift the heels off the mat. Squeeze in through the midline, drop the shoulder heads away from the ears, wrap the shoulder blades around towards your chest. Then again, nice and slow, like you're sliding your back body along the wall, start to come down into a toe squat. Knees will line up with the hips, arms still alongside the ears. Then as you exhale, lift the knees up higher, come high in the balls of the toes as you reach your arms forward, fingertips tap down to the floor in front of you. Go ahead and drop the knees at hip level, arms reach up on the inhale. Exhale, reach the arms forward, lift the knees up higher, get a deeper flexion at your hips this way. Then again, lower, drop the heels, inhale, chair. Lift the low belly in and up, lift that gaze up, half chair, exhale. Your right knee will lift for crane on the inhale, arms overhead, right knee in line with the hip. As you exhale, step the foot right behind you, lean out your lunge. As you land on the ball of the foot, reach your chest forward. Then on the inhale, right arm will reach alongside the ear. Exhale, lift your low belly in and up. Inhale, reverse high lunge, right arm alongside the ear, left hand finds your back leg, rotate your right rib cage towards the left side of the room. Exhale, we let that go. Hands come down to the mat, frame your left foot, step it back, plank, or maybe a one-legged plank. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Up Dog. Exhale, we all find Downward Dog. Then on your inhale, we lift the left leg back and up. Tuck it in, knee to nose as you exhale. Inhale, reach your leg. Exhale, Virabhadrasana A. Set the right foot or back foot flat. Inhale, it's at Warrior One. Reach the arms up. Keep the lunge in the front leg as you're steering your left hip back. Think about your left femur bone dropping into its hip socket. Then as you anchor the back foot, let's lean forward on the exhale. Arms reach back behind us. The crown is reaching forward. From here, pivot on the back toes. Come into your crane. Shift your weight and lift that right knee up. Find the balance on that left leg. Staying here, simply sweep your knee to the left without shifting your pelvis. So right hip crease pulls back. Then step that foot outside of your right foot. This time it's a right hand. It holds the left wrist. Take a big exhale and lean to your right. Inhale through the center. Exhale, release your feet, release the arms down alongside your body. Samasthiti. Take a moment again, just simply pause, knowing that we've shifted, we've moved, and now we're just in a moment of stasis right at this moment, just to observe and feel. And if you're ready to join, we'll find chair pose. So sit back into your heels, bend the knees, reach your arms up. Exhale, half chair, reach the arms back behind you. Stay in half chair, tiptoe it out once again. Kiss your thigh bones up towards your ribs, lift your low belly away from your legs. From here, we'll start to lower the hips down, knees will come out wide as the arms come down to the mat or the floor. Bakasana, crow pose, but no jumping back. So as you take your shins up into your upper arms, go ahead and shift your weight to lift the feet off the mat. Can you keep the big toes connected as your heels come closer towards your hamstrings? Then actively round into your upper back so shoulder blades are wide as you lift your low belly. Beautiful. Go ahead and set the feet down, toes touch, bend the knees, inhale, chair. Half chair, exhale. Crane on your left side, lift the left knee up, pause right there. Now open the leg out to the left and then bring the back of your left hand to the inside of the knee. Keep the hand inside the knee just to keep the leg stable, right? From here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna sweep your left foot towards the back so the inner foot is looking down to the ground. Then sweep your heel forward. Again, see how your hand is acting as a way to keep it stable as you're sweeping the foot like a pendulum forward and back. That's it, guys. Nice. When the foot is back behind you, hold there. Actively push the foot, or rather the knee against your hand against the knee. Both arms reach up as you now bring that leg forward. Kick the heel forward. Plug your femur bone into the hip socket as you actively stamp down against your standing leg. Exhale, leaning lunge. Step the left foot back, arms sweep back. Same thing. Inhale, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, lift the low belly. Inhale, reverse it. Reach that left arm alongside your ear. Adding on here, exhale, warrior two. Set your stance. Flip your right palm. Reverse it. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Hands come to the mat. Frame your foot. Step it back, plank, vinyasa, or skip it all together. From your down dog, our right leg will lift. Inhale. Exhale, hug your knee to the chest and then tap the knee down to the mat. Lift the knee up and step the foot forward. Back heel flat. Warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lean it out. Reach the arms back. Hover over your right thigh. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Find the crane. Actively push against your right heel. Lift that left knee up. Changing here, cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Standing pigeon pose. Hips pull back, chest moves forward. Maybe your elbows can gently press against that left knee and foot. Last breath. Use your inhale to lift the chest up. Exhale, set the left foot down, Samastitihi. Nicely done. Connect the toes. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Ardha. Arms reach back. Tiptoe it out. Come onto the balls of your feet. Lift your thigh bones towards your chest, your belly. Spread your knees out wide. Lower the hands down. Another opportunity for crow pose, Bakasana. Taking the shins up against your upper arms. Go ahead as you lean your weight forward. Use your fingertips as your brake pads as you start to float one foot or maybe both feet off your mat. Then think about hugging your inner thighs in, hugging your front ribs towards your back ribs. Find that doming in your back body. Nice. We'll lower both feet back down to the mat for chair. Inhale, lift the chest with the arms. Exhale, half. Inhale, crane on your right side. Go ahead and lift the knee up. Place the back of your right hand inside your knee. Again, as you're here, open the leg out towards your right. Use the hand against the knee as a way to keep the leg stable as you now sweep your right foot to the back. Sweep your foot forward. Again, like a pendulum, keeping the knee as its stable point as the foot just swings back and forth. You'll definitely feel it into your hip flexors. When the leg is back behind you, hold right there. Push the knee and the hand together. Both arms reach up, kick that right heel forward. Plug your right femur bone into the hip socket, lift that chest up. Exhale, big step back, leaning lunge. Arms swim back. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Pull the belly in and up, exhale. Inhale, reverse your shape. Warrior two, back heel turns flat, open it up. Turn the left palm, inhale, reverse it. Use your full exhale, let it go. Hands to the mat. If you're using chaturanga, ride the exhale. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho Mukha down dog. And then our left leg. Lift it, inhale. Exhale, hug your knee to the chest, tap the knee to the mat, lift the thigh up, and then step it forward. Back heel flat, warrior one. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Once again, lean. Extend away from the pelvis as the arms reach back. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, standing crane, slow and steady. Hug your outer hips into the midline. Then cross the right ankle over your left thigh, standing pigeon pose. Hands come towards your heart center. Hinge forward. Maybe if you can easily touch the leg, press your elbows down against the knee and the foot. Last moment. Up to stand. Inhale, slow and steady. Set the foot down. Exhale. Let's get to down dog your way. Inhale, arms reach up. Fold in half. Exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Palms flat, feet back. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Up Dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Down Dog. Again, taking your down dog as that moment just to reconnect, recommit, whether it be to your own psyche, to your breath. Now from here, go ahead and lift your right leg on an inhale. Slide your right shin forward like you're coming into pigeon pose, and then drop the back knee. From here, I want you to slide your left knee forward so there's a 90-degree angle in both legs. Knees are in line with our hips. Once you're here, I want you to bring your your left hand to your hip, and then just take your right hand out to the side off the mat for a bit. As you lean a bit to your right, so you can lift your left leg up. Now I'm saying hand to hip, especially if you have tight hips or tight hip flexors because you'll feel it here. If you can do this without the hands, your hands will be at the heart. And then you'll lower that left leg down. Okay, know that you can always just use your hand on the hip and lean. Otherwise, do this again, just lifting up. And look at Don. He's got like a split screen. He's so fancy. Lift that leg up and then lower. Now lift that leg up. Sweep the shin forward. Bring the leg back and then lower it. Again, the idea here is to actually isolate the movement from the hip rather than using momentum, like continuing leaning, leaning, leaning. So that just happens in time. When the leg is forward, hold and just lower that leg just like you're staggered through your legs. Add a twist here. Left hand outside of your right leg, right hand right behind you. Turn and twist. All right, so as you face it forward, step onto the soles of both feet. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a seated pigeon pose. Once you're here, feel free to increase the stretch of the hip by scooting your sit bones forward, but keep both sit bones rooted firmly down against the mat. So you can see here I have my foot flexed. Notice there's a tendency to kind of sickle at the ankle where it actually looks like the sole of the foot is looking at you. So turn the sole of the foot towards the left side of your room. Everyone looks great. Now one more breath. Now from here, I want you to keep the same shape, but slide both hips back. Toe heel your left foot to this side, and then drop your knees down. From here, go ahead and start to turn and twist. Extend the arms out like you're reaching towards the very back of your mat. And then feel your oh wow, my back just cracked. Feel your left side base kind of turn towards your right arm, your right elbow. Keep the belly firm so you support your low back. And then we come back and through center. Go ahead and toe heel that right leg back, but then set both feet flat. Lift your legs up, Navasana boat pose. Just for a moment here, finding our balance. Lift out of the low back so you can zip up the front body. Hold another 3, 2, 1. Cross at your ankles, rocket forward step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Down dog asana. Lift that left leg, inhale. Exhale, slide your left shin forward like a pigeon leg. Deer pose, slide your right leg up. So it's called deer in yin. In the functional world, we call this 90-90s. So, because it looks like 90-degree angles of both legs. So the modified version here is the hand to your right hip, left hand to the side. And like if it's new to you, you'll lean your left hip to lift that right leg. And that's perfectly normal as you lower the leg. And then we're just lifting that leg up and down. Again, over time, the more you do these sort of exercises, maybe you're doing it without the hands and you're less leaning as you're just lifting that leg up and down. There you go. Now lift the leg up, sweep the leg forward, bring a leg back to your right, set it back down. Lift, slide, back, and down. Again, lift, slide, back, and down. This time lift, slide it forward, hold, and then lower that leg just by that little stack. Go ahead and now find your twist. Right hand to the leg, left arm right behind you. Turn and twist, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, unravel. Start with both feet flat and then pigeon for your left leg. So left ankle over your right thigh. Again, just depending on how you're feeling today, maybe you have to have the hips a little further back. Maybe it works to get that good stretch with the sit bones a little closer. Again, we're keeping the left foot flexed still. That's going to help release any sickling at the ankle and create stability more at that left knee. Just again, just feel free to maybe close your eyes. Keep the deep motion of your breath. Oh my gosh, I just noticed Jenny Glenn is here. That's my niece out in Washington, D.C. Hey, Jen, I don't see you, but I'm happy you're here. All right, folks, keep the same shape. Again, we're going to slide the hips back a little bit. Toe heel your right foot off the mat so we can lower both legs. Once they're lowered, turn to your left and then just move slowly, right? Because sometimes our low back, especially probably nowadays, is pretty tight. So as you're turning and twisting, at the same time, I want you to draw the navel in and up to the spine to really support that low back. This side doesn't want to crack for me, but feels good. All right, let's go ahead and unravel that. As we face forward, again, both feet come flat. Slide the hands underneath the knees. Once again, Navasana, knees bent, or if you'd like this time, legs straight. Arms can reach forward. Some of you are fond of reaching the arms alongside your ears. I'm not. So you choose. Again, lift out of that low back. Zip up that front body. Hold here another 3, 2, on 1. Cross at the ankles. Again, go ahead and hands down, step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. All right, from here, right foot steps forward. Left foot flat like warrior 1, but lean it out. So lift and extend, and both arms reach back behind. Again, think about this idea of lifting your right waist, your right rim of the pelvis away from your right thigh. From here, oh gosh, I totally forgot where you're going. Stay right there. I'm with you. All right, from here, go ahead and reach both arms forward. Palms will face each other. You're still leaning. And just like we did on our belly, let's reach both arms out wide like an airplane. Then turn your hands so the palms will face up. Thumbs are looking back behind you. Then bring the arms behind you, bend at the elbows without touching the hands or your low back. Again, bring the arms out wide to the side. Turn the hands to face forward. Bring the arms forward as you exhale. Inhale, arms out wide. Turn the hands. Exhale, bring the arms behind. We got one more like that, but as you're moving here, I want you to notice, did you release your lower belly? Well, now your low back is aggravated, so suck the low belly in and up, supporting the lumbar as you're here. Once your arms are behind you, hover the hands, hover them off your low back, lift the elbow points towards the sky, lift your front ribs to your back ribs. Then find an interlace at your hands. Inhale, just lift the chest and straighten your front leg out. Give that right hip a break. Nice. Right, bend into your right knee. Back to warrior 1. Inhale. Warrior 2 with the exhale. Heel to arch, heel to heel, your choice. Then as you're here, so you can work that knee over the heel as much as you can. Then think about tractioning your inner knee forward towards your big toe rather than collapsing it too much toward your pinky toe. Let's flip the right palm and reverse inhale. With your exhale, come into side angle. And if you can try this version, hold either the front of your shin or slide it down to your ankle, and then reach that left arm alongside your ear. Feel how you can take your right sit bone and extend it back to your left heel so your left heel feels rooted and grounded to create more foundation and strength. Then as you're wrapping your left outer arm towards your cheek, feel how that left shoulder blade stays wide on your back. Gaze down now. Let's move to half moon. Don't forget you have a block, so if you want to use it, reach the block, your hand forward, shift and lift into your right leg. That back leg will lift up. Keep a micro bend in your standing knee as you zip up through the quads, and then think about even engaging your glutes a little bit more to create stability in your hips. And that means both legs. Stay here or add Chapasana. Bend that top leg, reach back, catch a hold of the shin or maybe the ankle. Nice. From here, release the leg. Find half moon once again. Inhale. Look down if you're not already. Close the hips as you exhale. Step your left foot back. Ground the hands. Three-leg dog. Reach your right leg back and up. Exhale. Bend at the knees. Stack it up. Stay right here or come high in the ball of your left foot. Shift your weight forward. Wild thing. Tap the ball of your right foot behind you. Lift and extend. Open up your chest as you reach towards the front of the room. Let's meet everybody else and we'll find core plank. So hug your right knee into your chest and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Bend your left knee and then lift your hips up and back to come into this number 4 of a down dog. Keep the shape of your legs, but as you slide forward to plank, your left knee will straighten. We're going to keep this shape if we can as we lower all the way downward to the mat. So the right ankle is over the left thigh, and if this is not working for you, just based on your hips, think about tree pose. So you can slide the foot out, all right? So once you're here, just create a little pillow for your arms and just take a moment, rest your forehead down. So whether your leg is in still number 4 or your right leg is in tree, notice your right hip point. That right side of the pelvis is naturally lifted away from the mat. It won't touch, but try starting to point that right hip point down to the mat to just really engage a little bit more into the hips. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and lift the head off your arms. Reach your left arm forward onto the floor, and then all you're going to do is roll to your left side waist. Balance on your left side, and then lift your right leg up in the air. Once you're here, you decide, again, just depending on your own body, hold the calf, or maybe it's a big toe grip around your right big toe. Think about your hip points pushing forward, your low belly engaged. You're less likely to fall back onto your back body. If you're sticking your bum out, that cue is for you. So scoop your sit bones, your right sit bone forward. Then from here, release the toe or the leg, reach that right arm up so you can hold right here. Then as you keep your right leg straight, you're going to roll to your belly, and that right leg is going to come over to the right side of your mat at about 3 o'clock. Bring both hands onto the mat, thumbs right by your low ribs. Curl the left toes under, push up into plank with that right leg to the side. Then on an inhale, lift and hover that right leg up. Half circle it up and back for a 3-leg dog. Exhale, bend at the knee. Open your hip. Then from here, take your right knee to your left tricep as you exhale. Cross your right ankle again over that left thigh for that number 4 down dog. Keep it strong as you now walk your hands towards the back of the mat, coming back into this number 4 position. You decide, maybe both hands to the ground, maybe back hands to the heart, or your opportunity for Eka Pada Galavasana, one of my favorite arm balances. Hook that left foot firmly around your left tricep. Both hands flat, set at chaturanga distance. Then as you lean forward, right knee and shin up against that right arm, shifting your weight so you can lift that left leg back and up. Nicely done. Beautiful. When you've done your pose, release that. Come to standing at the very back of your mat and just pause. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth side out. One more like that. Deep breath in. Big sigh out. Letting all that go. Just the right side. Just allowing that to shift and to grow into that final pose. And let's inhale, arms reach up. Exhale. Inhale, walk yourself to a plank, either Vinyasa or exhale, down dog. From your downward dog, inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, hug your knee in toward your chest, step the foot forward, find a warrior one stance, but then lean. Arms reach behind. Lift your low belly in and up. Think about your torso lengthening away from the pelvis, keeping that back foot strong. Then reach both arms forward, palms face. And like earlier, extend the arms out wide to the side. Turn your hands, bring the arms behind you, bend the elbows, hover the hands, hover them over the low back. Arms reach out wide to the side, turn the hands to face forward. Exhale, arms reach forward. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale, arms behind you, bend the elbows, hover it. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Exhale, turn the hands and reach them forward. Last one, reach the arms back to the side. Exhale, arms behind. Hover for just a moment. Again, hands are away from each other, away from the low back. Almost feel this air of energy in between the hands and the low back. Then lift the elbow points sky, widen your collarbones. Find an interlace now. Inhale, peel the chest up, straighten that left leg, give it a little reprieve. Nice. Bend the knee, warrior one. Reach the arms up. Warrior two, exhale. Set your stance that works for your low back towards the stack directly over the pelvis. Root the heels down as you isometrically squeeze them in midline, the adductor strength. Flip that left palm to the sky and we inhale. Exhale, side angle. Again, if you can, hold the front of the shin or hold down toward ankle. Think about the arm and the leg connection as you now take your right arm alongside the ear. As you spin your left sideways towards the sky, think about your left knee kind of keeping you stable so you're not spinning that knee towards the sky as well. Nice. From here, it's half moon. Look down, reach forward and out. Shift your weight to lift that right leg up. So all five toes are facing the right side of your room. So the inner foot is actually looking down to your mat. Rather than hyperextend your standing leg, think about a soft bend in the knee and then really work the big muscles of the leg from the quads to your glutes. Then your choice, stay or bend that top leg, Chapasana. Actively kick the foot against the hand and then visualize that you've got the outer knee in line with your outer hip rather than pointing the knee up to the sky. Nicely done. Let it go slowly. Inhale. Gaze down. Close the hips so we can step the right foot back like a lunge. Plant your palms, three-legged downward dog. Sweep your left leg back and up. Exhale, bend the knee, stack it up and stay. Or pivot high in the ball of your right foot, wild thing. Come at Karasana, tap the ball of the foot, lift the chest, reach and extend. Use your exhale, close it out. We'll hug the left knee into your chest, pause there. And your first number 4 down dog. So cross the left ankle over your right thigh, bend your right knee, lift the hips up, push your mat down and forward. Keep that shape, slide forward to a number 4 plank. Then ease your way down onto the belly. And again, if you can't keep the number 4 in the legs, slide that left foot out so it's more like a tree, right? Then once you're here again, create a little pillow with your arms, rest your forehead down. So it's got this external rotation of our left hip, and it doesn't matter if you've got the number 4 or if you're in a tree. And that left hip point, again, naturally is off the mat, but notice if you start to work it towards the mat, you might find that it opens at the back of the pelvis just a little bit. All right, let's lift the head off the arms. Reach your right arm out and then roll to your right side waist. And as you're on your right side, let's go ahead and lift that left leg up. All right. You can go ahead and hold the calf. Maybe it's the thigh today. Or again, a big toe grip. Notice right what you're balancing on one side. So there's a little bit of wavering. That's natural. I'm wavering too. But notice too, you're not sticking your butt out. So you want to think about your hip points pushing forward. Yeah. Guys are strong, steady. I love it. It's like a yoga journal pose right here. All right, release your foot, extend the arm up, hold that. Keeping that leg straight, we'll close it to the belly. So now that left leg comes out to 9 o'clock. Both hands slide right underneath, right by your low ribs. Curl the right toes under. Push up plank with that left leg to the side. Now inhale, lift that left leg up, lift your right side waist up, and then half circle it up and back. 3-leg dog, bend the knee, exhale. Go ahead and pull that left knee to the chest one more time. Number 4, your down dog. Cross that left ankle over your right thigh. Then we walk our hands back to the very back of the mat. Again, your balance could be where your hands are to the ground. Maybe again, hands to the heart, or fly it, Eka Pada Galavasana. Important part is this hook of the top of the foot over your right tricep. Then as hands come down, that foot is actively pushing against the arm. Left knee will come into that left arm, and as you shift weight, look forward, just like crow, we'll lift that back foot up, and then release the leg up, and lift it up over your hips. That will create more buoyancy. That's it, Jody. All right, we release, standing forward fold at the very back of the mat. Separate the feet at sit bones distance. Your choice if you want to grip the toes, stand on the hands, or maybe just dangle. One more breath. Then release what you've got. Inhale, walk yourself forward into a plank pose. Your final vinyasa, if you'd like. Just meet in a downward dog. And lower the knees to the mat. Child's pose. This version, let's bring our legs together, toes together. Rest your chest on top of your legs as you sweep your arms behind. And then lower the hairline towards your mat, so allows for space in the very back of your neck. From here, just slowly roll yourself up. We'll take our legs forward, and then just make your way down onto your back. Once you're down on your back, we'll hug our knees into the chest. All right, from here, go ahead and set both feet flat. I want you to just drop your knees left, and then your right arm, you're gonna, as you roll to your left sideways, your right arm's gonna come out, and then bend the elbows, just like I've been doing, kind of like half a Gomukhasana in this right arm, and then go ahead and roll onto your back body. So now your palm is pushing against the mat, the back of the hand is against your spine or low back, or if you're more open in the arm, that hand might be moving up towards your shoulder blades. For me, it's not just completely possible today. So you can just keep both knees bent as they are, knees to the sky. For some of you, it might be adding more sensation by dropping your knees more to your right. You should feel that stretch into your right arm, front of the shoulder. And then from here, pivot your knees back up to center. Like bridge, I want you to lift the hips up. Now slide your right hand out and create a fist in your right hand. And then rest your right glute onto your right fist. Once you're here, extend your right leg out and then just circle out your right leg a few times, using your fist as a way to kind of add a little massage for the glutes. So you can just kind of move the fist around too. Maybe it didn't quite land in that good juicy spot. You can even change the direction of your fist. All right. And after you've done that a few times, we'll simply pause, set the right foot to the mat, lift the hips up to release your right fist. Cross your right knee over your left knee, lift the legs up for Gomukhasana in the legs, knee over knee, thigh over thigh. You can hold your shins, maybe it's the ankles or even down towards the pinky sides of your feet. And as you're here, I want you to think about just really pointing both sit bones forward and away from the crown of the head so you feel that firm grounding of the back of your pelvis. And get a nice release into our hips. We work them today. I want to keep them happy. All right, from here, the legs will stay in the same shape, but reach the arms out wide. Lower both knees to your left, maybe even slide your hips to the right. Come into a spinal twist. Nice. Come back through center. Inhale, exhale, unravel both legs, set both feet flat, knees still bent. From here, again, drop the knees to the right, roll a bit to the right. You'll take the left arm behind your back. Again, maybe it rests towards the sacrum, or you'll walk the fingertips up towards your shoulder blades. So I've got more mobility on this side, so I'll take it higher. And then as you roll onto your back body, either keep the knees bent, knees to the sky, or drop the knees left. Notice here too, it's going to start to create a big curvature into your lumbar, the low back. So really think about keeping the core engaged. Let's pivot the knees to the sky. Start to lift the hips up. Slide your left hand down, create a fist. So now the left glute will sit on that left fist. Lift that left leg up and again, just circle it around. Explore that left hip, the left glutes. Move the fist, move the leg, whatever it is. There's no right or wrong. It's kind of a little self-massage. And then we'll set the left foot flat. Take the fist out. Cross your left knee over your right knee. Start with a Gomukhasana in the legs, holding your shins, the ankles, or the pinky sides of both feet. And once you're here, especially if you find tightness, sometimes even a grip down to the feet will lift the shoulders and the head. One of two things, you can use something behind the head or even just slide the hands more to your shins. But really what I want you to think is about the grounding of the back of the pelvis, almost as if you got a strap right around your hip creases and the strap is being pulled away from you so it really finds rooting. And then from here, release, keep the legs the same. We'll find our twist, our knees will fall to the right. Roll your left rib cage, your left shoulder blade closer towards the mat. And inhale, take your legs to center. Unravel both legs, hug knees to chest, or maybe even a happy baby. And if you're not in happy baby, take a moment in happy baby. Let's bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Hold the tops of both feet and start to pull the heels closer towards your sit bones. Knees will splay wide. Then lower for recline, butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet still touching, knees wide, but slide the feet forward away from your sit bones so there's a bigger diamond shape. Rest your right hand to your belly. Rest your left hand to your heart. Let the back of the arms touch the very back of your mat as you close your eyes. And then I want you to just notice and be aware of the breath. Much like Nadi, we'll do this just visually without using our hands. So to begin together, just empty out your next exhale completely, all the way to the very base of your spine. Then inhale as if you're inhaling just through the right nostril, all the way toward your third eye center. Exhale out through your left nostril, all the way downward to the very base of your spine. Inhale through the left nostril, all the way toward your third eye center. Exhale out through your right nostril, all the way downward towards the base of the spine. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale out the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Now inhale through both nostrils. Hold at the top. Take 3 sips of air through your nose. Take 3 sips of air through your mouth. Open your mouth. Exhale. Release your arms. Release your legs. Take rest in Shavasana. Being comfortable with the idea that things change is the first step towards santosha, true contentment. When we can accept that nothing is forever, we can weather any storm and enjoy more deeply the richness of the moment. When we witness our movement, our breath, our thoughts, and our feelings, we observe that fundamental truth that it's all temporary, as is the situation that we ourselves are in and the situation we even left behind. So embrace the idea to move and flow with that idea of impermanence and invite yourself to evolve with every transformation and grow. Let your next breath be deeper and fuller. Move your hands, move your feet, stretch out long. And then as you hug your knees in towards your chest, take a moment, roll to one side, and then make your way up into a seated position. Once you find your seat, keep your eyes closed and just take a moment to linger in the effects of your practice. The lessons you learned, whether it's through your body, your breath, your mind. And then bring both hands together and pray at your heart as we connect back to your personal intention you set today. And with that, we add full gratitude for coming to our mat today to join in this virtual community, to feel supported by our practice of yoga. And I thank you personally for joining me on my birthday too. Slide your thumbs up toward your third eye center as we bow together, sealing this practice. Namaste.